In this video, I want to have a little poke around Astroid, which is a frameworking system for designers and developers, helping them to create responsive, fast and robust Joomla-based websites and templates, obviously running on Joomla. Joomla has been out now for 18 years, so quite a lot of backstory there. And Astroid has been around now for quite some time as well. Astroid really helps you get your site looking a lot more snazzier, and it has an insane amount of functionality helping you to shunt modules and components around and essentially get right down to the very last pixel and move it around on your website. Just flying over the Astroid website here, you can see some of the features: drag and drop, responsive, advanced, and so on and so forth. So there's a whole load of things here going on. You can check this out on the website, astroidframe.work. Here you can download the framework and install it on your Joomla site. We are currently at Astroid 3, so there's been a big jump up from 2.66 to Astroid 3. And what I really want to do in this video is just have a little poke around and compare the let's call it 2 version, Astroid 2 with Astroid 3. A lot of stuff happening on the user interface level, things being redesigned, some nuts and bolts being updated, so PHP, newer version, Bootstrap, newer version, Font Awesome, all that kind of stuff. And essentially what we're going to do here in this is we're going to go in and look at a installation of 2 and an installation of 3 and just have a look at some of these things like the improved color design, user interface, the layout builder and the typography. Just have a little poke around and run through essentially changing a very, very simple website using Astroid 2 and using Astroid 3. We're going to look at Astroid 2 first, and we're going to do a very similar thing in Astroid 3 and just maybe get a feel for the differences and the look and feel and indeed the speed element. I have Joomla here. I'm in my back end. This on the right hand side is the front end of the site that I'm currently looking at. And we're going to come in here, Astroid 2.66, template options. Here on our front end, we've got just one page. It's the home page, built obviously in Joomla. We have these modules coming from Astroid. On the left-hand side, the address. This is Joomla here, an article in the middle. And this is another Astroid module here on the right-hand side, all on this one home page. Let's come in here and look at some of those specific things that have been updated. Obviously, we're still in the version 2 here, but we'll get to this in version 3. So let's just make some very basic changes in here and try to get a feel for how this might work. So we've changed, obviously, the background color for the whole site. Let's come into the layout section. Let's edit the column and change the background color here. I'm literally working from left to right. Save it. And again, the column. I actually find this slightly confusing. Column. Let's stick to column. But that's just me. Design settings, color. Come in here and save it. And save it. And refresh. So you can see we've made some very basic changes, very simple. Let's come in here now and typography into the headers. I went to the trouble to set up some headers. Come in here and go here. Header 1, header 2. And I think you get the idea. Get a nice little preview here in the back end. And come up here and save that and refresh. And we can see the header colors rippling through here. Let's return to the layout section and let's do something very simple and switch out. I need to grab the little cross here, left with right. And this is obviously the drop and drag thing, or the drag and drop thing rather. Save it. And we should see these modules switched out. We're going to do exactly the same thing now in Astroid 3. Going to log in here into the Joomla backend. This is the other side. The front end looks absolutely identical. Obviously, I've been preparing this already. Let's just ignore this here. And just basically the same thing, going to the template styles, going to the template, and we see here Astroid 3, templating options. And the first thing we notice is we get in here a lot faster. We don't have that asteroid loading. All looks a lot snappier. And also a couple of things here. Obviously the user interface looks a lot cleaner, easier to navigate. We have all of these sub menus here basically on the left hand side, all showing up for us automatically. In the Astroid 2 we had them kind of hidden and we'd have to click on a section and then they would pop down. So here everything is a lot more upfront in your face. We have here different modes. So there's a kind of a dark mode and a bright mode. I think that's just for the back end, I'm not sure, but we have it there, which is nice. And let's just come in here and change this side in a similar way to how we did it in Astroid 2. Let's start with the colors, the body. We changed the body here. Slightly different layout here. Looks a little bit cleaner again. Let's go here, save it and refresh. Okay. Not very pleasant on the eyes, but whatever. What else did we do? We did the layout. So let's come in here and we look for the columns. So this is edit element and this is edit column. Design settings, color. Let's come in here and it really doesn't matter. Let's take this here, save it and come in here, look for the column again. Settings and take this here, save it, save it. So it's pretty much the same. It does literally feel snappier, which is nice. Let's come in and do the same thing here. What did we do? We changed the headers. So we went to typography. And oh, this looks quite different here, which is nice. Very, very clean. Come in here and go through here. This at this point, this is beginning to feel very snappy. Not sure if that's what I did yet. Looks as if I've done all my headers already. And we see those changes rippling through. So all very nice, all very snappy. Let's return to the layout section. This looks different as well. These devices up at the front, at the very top here. And let's just swap these out. Let's swap out the left and the right modules. This is a little bit scary here. Actually, my main problem here at the moment is I'm not used to the speed. So I actually have to adjust my brain to deal with the speed. And we've swapped them out. So as you can see, very, very superficial. It looks kind of very similar. It's definitely way cleaner. There seems to be more stuff up in your face up front from the start, out of the gate, here and here. And we've got the different kind of views here. And definitely way snappier and insanely flexible and really helps you take your Joomla website to the next level. And it's all open source, it's all free, and it's available now. And I can only heartily recommend it as somebody who's been tinkering with Joomla now for a number of years. and been through a lot of different components and templates, and been around the block a couple of times in my own way, and I really find this fantastic and helps me make my site so much nicer and so much snazzier, and saves me a lot of pain and indeed money. I hope that makes some kind of sense. I would like to thank you for making it to the end if you did, and if you didn't, well, maybe another time. Thank you. Bye bye.